Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I have a T500 watch with me and this watch is sold under various brand names including T500. You can find this watch as a Oneplus watch, a Realme watch, a Boat Smartwatch or even an Apple Smartwatch. So 2 months ago I had made a video on this as a Oneplus watch and approximately 90k people have watched that video till now. On the comment section I got various questions on this watch because frankly no one uses this watch as their daily driver and shares the opinion. So I use this watch as my daily driver and I have a lot of questions to answer now and I'll be solving all your queries. Many people hit me on YouTube comments asking how is the display of this watch, how is the call quality, how is the mic quality of this watch, how is the heart rate sensor, is it a original heart rate sensor, can I take the calls on this watch, how is the battery life of this watch, does it count steps accurately, does it get damaged over time, is this crown a working crown, and various other questions. So to answer all these questions and even more, I have used this watch as my daily driver for almost 2 months now and I'll be answering all your queries. So without wasting much time, let's get the video started. I am Prajwal Mukati from Tripitechis. So coming to the build quality, this watch is made out of aluminium body. On the front you have the display and at the back you get plastic material. Coming to the straps, this watch is made out of rubberized strap material. This may be a silicone strap as well, but I'm not sure what exact this material is. You get a crown button here, but it doesn't work as a crown button. Instead it just acts as a single press or single tap button. Then you get your primary noise cancelling microphone here as well as your loudspeakers here. So from my daily usage you can see there is small scuffs in the body, but there is nothing serious or damage that has happened to this watch. There is also a claim that this is an IP68 water resistant watch, but I highly doubt it because there is a speaker grill here and if I press the button you can see the light through it. So wearing this watch was very comfortable for me. I did not face any issues wearing this watch for long periods of time. So that's a good point about this watch. So now let's come to the display of this watch. As you can see, this watch gets pretty bright, but as you can see, this is not an edge to edge display. Instead it's a square display that's inside this circular kind of body. From the brightness perspective, this watch is very good. There is no complaint about it. But as I go into the menu, wait a minute. When I go into the menu and as I scroll up and down, you can see the refresh rate here. The refresh rate is very low, which feels like it is lagging, but it's not actually lagging. It's the refresh rate that is causing this issue. So as you can see, this watch is very responsive and there is no complaint about the responsiveness of this watch. So coming to the performance of this watch is powered by Hunterson HS6620 processor, and seriously, for a display that is of this low resolution and low refresh rate, the processor will not break a sweat running it. Whatever I do on this watch is very responsive and there is no issues with the response whatsoever. As you can see, I am doing various operations and it's not even lagging a bit. For all the watches that are available around 1500 or below that is the Chinese clone, basically this is the processor that powers it, Hunterson HS6620. If you wanted to know more about this processor or more information, you can read in the blog that I have written in my website. Coming to the software, again this is not powered by any standard OS like a Wear OS or a iOS. Instead, it is their own OS called as System Nucleus. So how System Nucleus looks like is basically an iOS version that has been copycatted to the poorest level. Coming to the battery life of this watch, I have a very mixed opinion here. On one hand, if you do not connect this watch to your smartphone, then this is around say a 5-day battery life watch. So if you are planning to connect this watch to your smartphone, then be aware of it. The battery life drops from almost 5 days to 2 days. This is because of the lot of notifications, messages and other things you receive on this watch, and also the Bluetooth that is consuming a lot of power here. Also, if you plan to take calls on this watch or speak through this watch, then the battery life drops very significantly to almost 2 hours from 2 days. Yes, you heard it right. It drops to almost 2 hours. Coming to the charging part of this watch, I faced a lot of issues in between while charging. As you can see, this is the charger that this watch comes in. This is not a modular charger, instead it is hooked into this charging pad. The problem of not being modular is that in case if this any part here breaks or the USB breaks, that the entire charging system does not work. In contrast, this is how my Honor watch charging pad looks like. This is very modular and it is connected through a USB cable. So even if the USB cable breaks, I can purchase an USB cable or I can use my mobile cable. Also while traveling, this type of implementation is very good as I can use my mobile charger itself to charge my smartwatch. Coming to the sensors, the first sensor that I wanted to talk about is accelerometer and gyroscope sensor. This sensor is used in smartwatches in order to use the functionality of raise to wake. So this combination of sensors is used in smartwatch for the raise to wake feature. So as you can see, I will perform the same action here. And as you can see, sometimes it works fine and sometimes it doesn't work fine. I can say maybe around 50 to 60% of the times it works fine, but rest of the time it doesn't work fine. So after that, the most important sensor that any smartwatch is having these days is the heart rate sensor. So let's go ahead and put that heart rate sensor into a test. So I'll go ahead and open the heart rate measuring option here. So as you can see, it will measure your heart rate. Along with it, it will measure your SpO2 level in your blood as well as your pulse. So as you can see, this is how it blinks at the bottom. From far it might look like a very real sensor and it could be a real sensor, but let's put into a test now. So as you can see, it has already given a result without even tying to my hand. So that really doesn't give confidence for me on this watch, but I'll do a thing. I'll jump a lot now and increase my heart rate, because every time these watches, they typically tend to give around normal heart rate. So I'll do a little bit of exercise and I'll come back and I'll show you how this heart rate sensor works. So for this fun little experiment, I have grabbed Omron BP measuring machine here, and this BP measuring machine should accurately give you the pulse as well as your heart rate, and this is the standard device that is used in every hospitals. So as you can see, I have also strapped my watch where I'm going to measure the heart rate simultaneously. So let's get started. So first I'll click on this machine and I'll start measuring my pulse here. Simultaneously, I'll go to my watch options here and I'll start measuring my heart rate. So I have done some exercise in order to raise my heart rate. So we can see a clear difference here. As you can see, the watch has already pulled up the result as 76. Let's wait for the machine to show the result. So as you can see, my pulse is somewhere around 124 and this machine has showed somewhere around 70s. So clearly this is not a heart rate sensor that's working fine, or this is not a heart rate sensor at all. So coming to the other important sensor, that is the step counter. As you can see, I had strapped this watch in my hand and I ran for exactly 1 kilometer. And here you can see it has counted only 938 steps and 0.8 kilometers. So as one would come to expect, the sensors that are present in this watch, including the step counter as well as the heart rate measurement sensor, all are fake and doesn't work correctly. I cannot directly tell it's a fake sensor. Maybe it's an issue with the HS6620 processor as well. So we are really not sure what is causing this issue, but definitely there is the issue and the measurement is not at all accurate. Also, one more thing I wanted to measure, I tried it tying to my hand and sleeping for almost 5 to 6 days, but none of the days it recorded my sleep. So coming to the other features, let's have a look into the calling feature of this watch now. So I'll quickly call to my phone. So as you can see, this watch starts ringing here. Also you can hear its ringing tone. I'll bring it closer to the mic. So either from here you can directly disconnect the call. I'll call again and I'll show you. You can receive the call as well and can actually speak using this watch. But I would highly recommend not to do it because of its battery life and how hardly it affects the battery life. So as you can see, I'll click on the receive button and receive the call. So I'll leave this watch near the mic and I'll go for a spin.
As you can see, this is how it sounds like when you speak to the watch. The speaker quality is very good here and there is no disturbances in the speaker quality.
So I'll leave my phone here in the speaker mode and I'll take the watch so you can hear how well it works. So now I'll be talking to the microphone of this watch.
Here it is coming from this watch. Let me know in the comment section how well you can hear through the microphone of this watch.
So coming to the messages functionality, as you can see, this is how it reads the message. So you do not get an option to reply to the message. Instead, it just reads the notifications here. So I just wanted to show a few things on the app here. So the app that we use is called as Fit Pro. So I'll open the app here. I'll come back. So basically, as you can see, this gives very minute amount of details. It doesn't have any extra details here. So I had few queries and I had written it to the developer, but I haven't received any responses yet, as you can see here. So I am pretty sure that no one is actually monitoring or developing this app, or they are taking feedback from the customers. So my main complaint here was that there was no more default watch faces. Also, we didn't have an option to set a 12-hour or 24-hour clock format. So I requested them to give these options, but still I'm waiting for a response. So in between, I tried connecting this watch to different applications, but it doesn't work with any of the other applications. So this is only the application that you are stuck with, and this is only the limited functionality that you are getting through this application. So that's it for this watch. So what is my take or view on this watch? Definitely I'll not be using this watch as my daily driver, as this is just a showpiece that does everything well that can showcase, but in the core of it, the functionalities like the step counter, heart rate sensor and the other things that are typical functionalities of a smartwatch, that itself is broken. So if you are in a market where you wanted to buy a watch that looks good but doesn't cost you much, then you can buy this watch. For everyone else who wanted a proper tracking of their health, that is what a smartwatch is actually meant to be, I would highly not recommend this watch to buy. So from the last 2 months, I have used this watch as my daily driver, and I'm sharing all the thoughts with you now. If you go ahead and Google for any of these Chinese clone watches, you will get a lot of videos which explains how it looks like and how it works. But none of those videos will explain you how well this watch integrates with your daily life, how accurate the sensors are, and more importantly will not touch on the important points like the battery life, the sensor quality and various other functionalities. If you really appreciate my work, kindly go ahead and subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and help us reach this video at least 100k. Also, as a side note, once this video reaches 100k, I'll be giving this watch away to one of my lucky winners. So in order to participate in that giveaway, it's very simple. Kindly go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section why you need this watch, and also follow me on Instagram. Once this video hits 100k, I'll go live on Instagram and I'll be picking a lucky winner. So if you want me to make videos after using a product for more than 2 or 3 months so that you know exactly how this product works, then kindly let me know in the comment section. I'll be making more videos after using a product for more than 2 or 3 months instead of reviewing it straight up as soon as I bought the product. So once again, kindly subscribe to my channel, hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Have a great day. Bye.